Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 69 of the top 5 PvP battles. If you guys want to send in your own clips for the top 5, you can send them to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. And starting us off today is TheBoloKnife on his Magicka Necromancer. Look at the set on that beautiful combo there. He takes down, I want to say, almost 10 players on the stack, and he's already got the next ultimate up. He's just going to come back down the side here, reset his combos a bit. He's a little bit low on Magicka here, and I think it's because he's running such a damage-heavy build. And look at this. These guys are going to try to go for the res now. He sets down the Blast Bones, goes for the Synergy off the Graveyard as well, and the ultimate. And look at the damage. Another stack of players going down there. And BoloKnife doing a great job just keeping the pressure up. There's another friendly player that's helping BoloKnife up here as well. And Bolo again just retreats back down to the bottom. He's got the next ultimate almost ready here. And he just wants that big snap. I like how he goes for the Resto Heavy there too. Gets a little bit of resource back. But that's also going to put the Major Mending on him. And going into this dangerous situation, having that heal buff up is great. But there we see the Blast Bones, the Graveyard into the ultimate. And so much damage there. BoloKnife taking a huge chunk out of the Zerg again. And this guy's going to jump on top of him there, hit him with the stun. BoloKnife just resets his heals, and he stays focused on the Zerg at the top. He doesn't get distracted by the Templar, and he gets a good interrupt there. He's going to go for the heavy attack, get a little bit of Magicka, takes the Immobilize. That's fine. He's not in a really bad spot, but that was an unfortunate knockback there, and that leaves his friendly player a little exposed at the top. Bolo quickly goes for the speed buff there. He gets the Resto Heavy attack off, and the Templar again trolling him with that Javelin. Bolo gets knocked off the edge, and he just goes to pull a little bit of healing out of the bodies there, goes for that Resto Heavy attack again, just keeping his resources high because he knows he's going to have some Magicka to burn when he reconfronts with this group, and it looks like they've rezzed everybody now, and Bolo's just going full YOLO into it. Oh my lord. He does a lot of damage there. I think he only manages to kill one player, though. They're ready for it this time. And unfortunately, the other player in the tower here has gone down. And Bolo's just going to kite these guys out. And that is where the clip ends. And something a little special for our next clip, we've got Jsleezy and NE Infamy on the Stamsork and Stamina Nightblade, and they sent me a duo clip that they edited, and this editing is really sweet, so let's get right into the fight. We see that Infamy on his Sork managed to pick the first kill off, and now Sleazy's on the Nightblade here. He's circling around the outside. This guy goes for the res. I believe he managed to get that res successfully off. Sleazy puts a good combo into him there and just hits him with the poison injection, jumps on top with his ambush there, and the other player getting some good healing power, and now it switches over to the Stamsork Infamy, and he's going to get some great interrupts there, preventing the reses on the stack, and back to Sleazy as he comes from behind on the Nightblade, gets a great bash off, preventing the res there, and this guy's going to try to go for the res. He gets a good bash off there, goes for the ultimate on the other player, and he's going to cut right into stealth there. And we go back to Infamy here on the Stamsork, and he's again trying to prevent these guys from rezzing on the stack. And a beautiful thing about this fight that we see is just how they're circling to the danger zone of this fight. There's a lot of attention on this stack here, and they're going to wait for the opportunity to drop that combo. A huge smack from Infamy. He takes two players down with that there, and Jsleezy is going to not let the third player escape, jumps on top of him with the ambush, and again, the red players desperately trying to get the reses here. Back to Infamy, who gets the bash on the Stamsork, weaving it in between his Dark Deal to get the sustain and the healing as he keeps tanking the stack there. But at this point, it looks like a majority of the red players have started to run away. And yeah, they're just hunting these guys down. This guy is trying to escape, and he's jabbing in the wrong direction. Never what you want to do. Infamy puts him down there. And what ends up happening is the red come back, and they get a round 2 with the group. If you guys want to see the second half of the fight, you can check out Jsleezy's channel in the description below. And for our next fight, we have got milffanta on the Magicka Sorcerer. And he's taken on a bunch of yellow outside the keep here. Just a few now, but there's definitely more coming. And milffanta just putting the combo in there, going for the curse into this streak. I really like how quickly he goes for that streak weave there. Really deadly combo, being an undodgeable, unblockable stun, and they can combo that with the curse damage to just get really good spike on people. And there you see he gets the meteor streak combo so clean, the curse goes off, the execute, and that Templar has no idea what just hit him. And milffanta again is just going to keep trying to set that combo down. And the yellow players circle around the rocks. milffanta so good with that streak, very aggressive, right away stunning the players. And there you see a great dodge into the frags. And he actually slowed down the footage there. Just a casual 19k frags to cap that guy off. And just sets down the curse on this guy here, trying to get a nice combo. Doesn't get what he wants. Again, goes for the execute, goes for the frags. The enemy player doing a good dodge there to prevent the killer combo, but caught with the stamina low following that stun, just managing to roll out of it at the end there. But milffanta again able to finish him off with the lingering curse there, and he's going to continue to pressure the last yellow player here. This guy tries to give milffanta the rock business, but he's like, no, man, I'm on a Sork. Quickly catches him with the streak and the meteor combo there and finishes him off. Now, milffanta actually waits outside, kills a few guards until the yellow come out to re-engage him here. And more end up coming out in the second wave. So milffanta working on the first DK there. There we see a beautiful combo, but the DK responds really well, breaking the stun into the block, actually countering the damage on the meteor there. And milffanta, seeing a lot more yellow players come around the corner, is forced to make some defensive maneuvers here. Really good roll dodges as he escapes with the streak there to prevent him from taking any unnecessary damage. And gets himself up top the staircase here. One yellow player, the DK from before, chasing hard here. milffanta gets the streak stun on him again. A good attempt at the combo there. Tries to get him with the frags, but the DK's got the heal and power down already. He jumps off the side here, and he's going to try to break distance with this group one more time. Getting those dark deals off as well. Really great stam sustain on the build that he's got here in order to keep those rolls. And yeah, the Engine Guardian definitely doing some work here too. Gets a good stun on this Sork there. Just kind of a defensive counter stun, just streaking through him away from the group as well. And he goes to set the first combo on this guy here. Gets a good smack with his curse into the execute. Unfortunately, when he threw the meteor down there, he actually aimed and hit the player behind. And now milffanta's on top of the rocks here, just fighting these guys. They started shooting at his robot. I was wondering what they were shooting at. They're shooting at the Engine Guardian for a second there. He takes a nasty beam there. He's going to streak through the group, and I like how he times that streak. Gets the second one to stun the people that he missed with the first one. And right away, just going into that shield stack, trying to work behind the trees there. And when he gets stunned, he quickly breaks the stun into that roll dodge. Absolutely essential to make a move like that, because that's when the punishment will come down. And you saw all those dodge splats, and it allows him to quickly mitigate that damage and turn on the offensive here. And just look at how he's covering this group with the streaks, doing such a good job maneuvering around them, always cycling behind the players as well as through them in order to force the turnaround and get the stun off as well. And milffanta just looking for the target here. This guy's going for the res, and there we see that beautiful meteor smack. That guy goes down. milffanta goes to set the next combo here. This guy coming around the corner right into the Fury. Oh my gosh, he ate the frags there. So much damage. And milffanta sees this guy attempting to go for the res. Again, a really well-placed streak to get that stun. Really excellent positioning here. I cannot stress that enough. I love seeing this kind of gameplay on a Mag Sork, and he's just making these guys work. And this DK is applying good pressure, but man, I think he's really biting the bullet for not having the gap closer here. If he was able to stay on top of the Sork better with the gap closer, it would definitely allow him to deal more damage here, but milffanta able to mitigate the damage from the melee player just by moving around the stack here and cycling around this Templar, finally taking the healer down. And now it's time for the last guy here, and they're just going to duke it out. milffanta sets the curse down, goes for the streak through, a nice stun there. He's a little lower on Magicka here, goes for the poke with the Resto staff. Got the potion coming up, and actually there we see the Engine Guardian Magicka tether as well. Now the yellow player here did not bash the Engine Guardian. That is definitely the move you want to make in that situation. And here we see milffanta just getting his resources back after really being pushed with the gas tank there, and a beautiful combo off the frags and the execute to bring the last player down. Well played. Now, for our next fight, we have got Hexyz on the Stamina Nightblade. And I love the build he's playing here because this is a pretty vicious damage build. And there we see he catches this player with the block down just for a moment and drops him to 10% hit points. Hexy quickly finishing him with the Executioner. And look at the coverage with the AoE off the bow there right away, trying to pull this guy out of stealth. And wow, he just shuts that Nightblade down. The Nightblade just manages to escape as another player jumps on top. Hexyz with the absolutely beautiful counterplay there. And that was just a good read. He watched what the Nightblade did, hit him with the ultimate, and then just poked him with the light attack, surprise attack. Huge damage out of stealth on this guy here. The enemy Nightblade making the right move, quickly breaking the stun, rolling outside of the next attack. And Hexyz is forced off by the very large yellow Zerg, and they ended up chasing him into the tower here. Hexyz manages to get up to the top, and he opts to drop down the staircase here, and goes for the Shade teleport back to the front of the room. I didn't even see him put it down, but I know he's got that next Shade down at the corner here, and one Sword comes around the corner. The Nightblade on top, Hexyz goes into stealth, and wow. Beautiful cancel off that. That guy gets slapped for so much damage, and Hexyz is going to get him the next player there with a really good damage combo off the light attack, surprise attack, bash. Hits this next player with a huge combo out of stealth as he attempts to go for the res, canceling it into the bash to get the stun there, and then just giving him the poke to finish him off, and Hexyz just showing off what a damage Nightblade can do. These yellow players are absolutely scrambling to try to see who's getting hit, who needs to be rezzed, who needs to be healed, and Hexyz just keeping the pressure up here, and look at the damage he takes as he eats one combo there. I didn't even see the attack that hit him. It was so fast, and Hexyz right away just heals up, eating another nasty combo. He's forced into the defensive ultimate, and he's caught at pretty low resource here. He's going to go for a nice kite around the staircase, and one Nightblade on him here, and really well-timed heavy attack into the roll. The amount of resource he saved by successfully pulling off that move is absolutely incredible. I cannot stress that enough. The heavy attack will give him the stamina back, the roll dodging all of those attacks, and this is just absolutely fantastic kite play from Hexyz here. He is moving around these guys in a way that they do not know where he's going to go. He's being unpredictable, always changing directions, and the Shade gameplay is absolutely fantastic to top off the movement. And look at that spike. That guy had no idea that was coming. He had no idea that Hexyz was ready to hit him with a combo, and catching another player with a massive combo there, and he gets clipped by the Javelin off the Templar. The Templar just hucking the Javelins like crazy, and Hexyz has a moment of respite to reset his resources here. This guy's going to try to go for the res. Hexyz says, nope, you're not going to try this right now. The enemy Templar just rolling off, not trying to stick that out, but there's a huge Dawnbreaker combo. And a really good target shift to quickly attack the other player and then switch back to the tanky player, bringing him down as well, taking another player down as the friendly Warden comes up, and the fourth player, wow. That is just incredible. Hexyz just showing us what he can do here. A huge combo again, bringing another one down, and Hexyz goes back into stealth, and he's just moving around this group so well. He cuts back his own Dawnbreaker there to go for the block into the roll, just not wanting to risk the offensive combo there, and it was a really good call. He manages to pick up another really clean kill, and he finds himself behind the yellow group here. The yellow players all over the tower here, scrambling for the reses still, and Hexyz just continuing to apply the pressure. The friendly Warden here taking quite a bit of punishment from these yellow. Hexyz gets a good counter smack there, but the Dragon Knight leap knocks him off the edge. He holds block as he drops. That's absolutely essential to make sure he can survive that fall with the best chance possible, and then he shades back up. Unfortunately, the friendly player is dead now, but Hexyz just on a rampage. Two more players down just like that. He opens on this guy out of stealth. Really fantastic block from this player there in order to not eat that combo. But there we see Hexyz gets him with the off-balance partial charged heavy. And he doesn't manage to get the Dragon Knight down there. He is forced out again. The yellow player's trying to go for the reses. Hexyz goes for the target shift on top of the enemy Nightblade there. Huge damage into him. And he's going to go back into his cloak, reopen on the Dragon Knight. I think Hexyz just wants to keep an eye on these bodies. I definitely think this is the best way to go. And the way that he's moving around this group, he's tricking them. They think that he's running away. He weaves back behind them, and he nukes the player from behind. This is just absolute class Stamina Knight Nightblade stealth gameplay. And just like that, Hexys has got, I think, 2 players left in here. This is absolutely incredible. This guy jumps off the edge. And wow, more yellow players coming in the top here. There's still lots of players on the resource. And Hexys is not done fighting them yet. They come pouring up the corner here. He hits this guy with an absolutely savage combo. And man, that guy just doesn't respond at all. Hexy's going to pick off the NPCs as he waits for the yellow players to re-engage. And he sees the yellow player ride on the horse there. Just a friendly. Looks like somebody that he knows. That guy just jumps off the edge. And more yellow players coming up the staircase. The big Dawnbreaker combo. The Templar actually responded really well with the roll into the heal there. The Dragon Knight trying to go for the pressure here. Hexy's just rolling through them. Doing his job on the kite game here. He sets the shade down on the staircase. And he's going to try to bait them up the top here. The yellow players not splitting up from each other. Definitely the right call after they were so disorganized before. And Hexy's really capitalizing on the amount of havoc that he's been able to cause in this group. And again, a really great shade as the yellow players converge. He sets the shade back up top. Big damage combo on this guy there out of stealth. And he gets hit by that stun too. He goes down. And these yellow players, man, they don't even know he's still here. Oh my gosh. This is Hexy's tower. He's just going to finish off anybody that's left here. The damage is too much. And finally, guys, for our last fight, we have got Dixie ESO bringing us some more Nightblade goodness. But this time, a no-stealth Stamina Nightblade in medium armor. And Dixie just getting chased down by this big red group here, taking huge punishment. And he set the shade down. Really great port just to get back in a good position there. And Dixie manages to survive the damage here. Holy man, big damage from those players there. Dixie holding the block as the meteor comes down, going into the roll and the heal as well. He's going to try to go for the combo on this guy here, but the red players just putting huge pressure on him. Dixie does a good job with that fear. He hits every single one of them, but he doesn't manage to kill the player that he's trying to hit there. Just too many bodies in the way. It's super unfortunate. So he's got his shade down again. He's got a nice reset there. He shades back to it, and these guys are putting so much pressure on him. And look at that shade gameplay. I absolutely love seeing that. The back-to-back shades, and these guys think that he went in stealth on the other side. That's exactly what you want to do with shade, to make your opponent think that you're going invisible. And Dixie just trying to keep the pressure on this guy here, but again, just taking so much punishment from the rest of the group. But his defensive gameplay is really sound. He's holding the block at the right times. He's making sure to shade when he needs to as well. And he's trying to go for a bit of pressure on this guy here. Dixie putting the damage in. This guy here just not responding. I think he crashed. He was just fighting earlier. And Dixie taking advantage of that moment, shading back behind the rocks there, and he goes to re-engage with the group again. The red group putting a lot of pressure on him, and Dixie's just kind of running into them, trying to do a bit of damage and just shading back out, just using that terrain so well. Gets a good damage combo on this guy and then hits him with the fear as he's low HP to make sure he can seal the deal. And Dixie just making sure to keep up his vigor on during this time as well, and it just allows him to keep the pressure on there. He gets stunned by the enemy Nightblade. And man, this guy here just holding block. He doesn't have the healing power. Dixie just beats him down. And it's the last guy here. He tries to go in stealth. Dixie pulls him out with this stealth detect. It's a level 29. He's actually got a pretty decent PvP rank. And there's the big smack, and down he goes. And for our bonus clip today, we have got Acliptic bringing us a very smooth and quick 1vx on the Stamina Dragon Knight. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who has sent in clips for the top 5. If you guys want to check out the content creators that were featured in today's episode, we've got links to everybody down in the description below. It has been a while since I have done a top 5, so I have tons of emails from you guys filled with videos that I need to watch. I'm going to get through them as fast as I can, but don't be shy to send some more in if you guys want to. Give me a follow on Twitter if you guys want to keep up to date with what's going on. You can check out my Twitch if you guys want to see some live gameplay from me. Check out my website, KristoferESO.com, for written guides to my builds, as well as a hub for all of my ESO content. And we're sponsored by What the Fast. They're a VPN for gamers. They can give you better ping to your favorite games, and they're free to try for the first 30 days. No credit card to sign up. A link to that down in the description below. And of course, a big shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this job, and yeah, I really love it. So thank you so much for the support. I can't wait to keep these episodes coming out for you guys. And of course, Acliptic is going to give us a little bit of a show as we go here. He's got 2 bodies down. He starts working on this guy that's trying to go for the res there, and Acliptic just doing a great job keeping those heals up, and a big Dragonite leap. He hits 4 stuns there, managing to put huge damage into these guys as well, finishing off the second player with the Executioner. And Acliptic hits this guy with the Dizzy Swing. He sets him off balance, swings the heavy attack, just kind of looking for the Nightblade to come out of stealth there, but he's got his leap ready, clips the Nightblade, pulling him out of stealth with that leap, and then right away switches targets to bring him down. And there was a guy blasting on Acliptic at the side there. He ends up running off and is just the last player left. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Thank you guys so much again for sending in those clips, and have a great night, everyone.